ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरम् गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। From number 21, Durvara Samsara. Okay. Durvara Samsara Davagnitaptam
संसारदवाग्नितप्तम्
दोधूयमानं दुरदृष्टवातैः।
1 minute, Guruji. Can you repeat that, Guruji, please?
दुर्वार संसारदवाग्नितप्तम्
दुर्वार संसारदवाग्नितप्तम्
दोधूयमानं दुरदृष्टवातैः।
दोधूनमानं दुरवारदृष्टैः
भीतं प्रपन्नं
भीतं प्रपन्नं
परिपाहि मृत्योः
परिपाहि मृत्योः
शरण्यमन्यम्
शरण्यमन्यम्
यदहं न जाने।
यदहं न जाने।
शान्तामहान्तो
शान्तामहान्तो
निवसन्ति सन्तः
निवसन्ति सन्तः
वसन्तवत्
वसन्तवत्
लोकहितं चरन्तः
लोकहितं च चरन्तः
तीर्णा स्वयं
तीर्णा स्वयं
भीमभवार्णवं जनान्
भीमभवाग्नजनाम्
अहेतुनान्यान्
अहेतुनान्यान्
अपि तारयन्तः
अपि तारयन्तः
मा भैष्टविद्वन्
मा भैष्टविद्वन्
तव नास्त्यपायः
तव नास्त्यपायः
संसारसिन्धोः
संसारसिन्धोः
तरणेऽस्त्युपायः
करणेऽस्तिवायः
येनैव याताः
येनैव याताः
यतयोऽस्य पारम्
यतयोऽस्य पारम्
तमेव मार्गम्
तमेव मार्गम्
तव निर्दिशामि
तव निर्भिषाणि
अज्ञानयोगात्
अज्ञानयोगात्
परमात्मनस्तव
परमात्मनस्तव
ह्यनात्मबन्धः
यनात्मबन्धः
तत एव संसृतिः
तत एव संसृतिः
तयोर्विवेकोदित
तयोर्विवेकोदित तयोर्विवेकोदित
बोधवह्निः
बोधवह्निः
अज्ञानकार्यम्
अज्ञानकार्यम्
प्रदहेत् समूलम्.
प्रदहेत् समूलम्.
Last shloka once again. अज्ञानयोगात्
अज्ञानयोगात्
परमात्मनस्तव
परमात्मनस्तव
ह्यनात्मबन्धः
ह्यनात्मबन्धः
तत एव संसृतिः
तत एव संसृतिः
तयोर्विवेकोदित
तयोर्यविवेकोद्यत
बोधवह्निः
बोधवह्निः
अज्ञानकार्यम्
अज्ञानकार्यम्
प्रदहेत् समूलम्.
प्रदहेत् समूलम्. धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
So, we had seen that Shankaracharya gave an introduction, a brief overall introduction to how this Advaita Vedanta builds, how to think about it. It is new to us because we are not exposed to it, and so formal exposure has started. And then, who is the student? What are the qualifications of the student? What are the qualifications of the teacher? Both were talked about. And the student has understood all that. And the student presumably sees an adhikari in himself, herself, in oneself. Okay. And then the student is beginning to talk in shloka number 21 onwards. Durvara Samsara. We saw that. And with two shlokas, he says, he praises the teacher. He's not asked anything yet. Not asked anything yet. Praises the teacher. And then the teacher responded by saying, Ma Bhrishta in shloka number 23. Ma Bhrishta. Don't be afraid. There's no reason for you to have fear. And the path that people have taken, this is a classic problem. And you have understood the problem. Many people don't understand it. You have understood that this problem requires a special solution. And so you've come here, and so it is my duty to teach you, that. And that Guru is continuing with that same thread. Ajnana Yogat Paramatmanastava. That is what we chanted just now. 24. I think 23, did I give you the meaning? Meaning given. Okay, good. So now, it's a loaded shloka. Ajnana Yogat Paramatmanastava Yanatma Bandha. So in this shloka, briefly the teacher is telling what is the problem, what is the cause of the problem, and therefore what is the solution, what is the result of that solution. Okay. So he's saying this bandaha, is there something called bandaha, bondage, and what is the cause of the bondage? He's going to say that. And then how do you get out of this bondage? He's going to say that. And therefore, what will be the after the solution is implemented? They say when they do projects, metrics. You have to show some metrics. Metrics means what? How do you know your project is successful? Whatever you wanted to do, how do you know it is successful? Now I have to interview all the people. We are doing service in the community. Then what? Then you have to interview people and ask them, how was it useful? All the money we've spent and all the roads we've laid and all the things, is it useful or not? You have to find out. So, like that, the benefits are there. Okay. And who judges whether the benefits were received or not? Well, of course, you have to judge. It's only one person. You don't have to ask around. We don't ask, did I get moksha or not? Like that, we don't have to ask around. It's only you. You have to decide. So like that, here, the first half of the shloka, the first line of the shloka, first half, Jnana Yoga, is therefore a diagnosis of the problem. The second line is going to be the Nivritti Upaya, Bandha Nivritti Upaya, the solution to that Bandha, the diagnosis. So, since the text is basic, we are not, this is not an Upanishad. So, Upanishad means we assume all of you know a lot and are studied a lot before, studied Bhagavad Gita and so forth. Here, I cannot make that assumption. So, periodically, I will explain a little, and some of you, many of you who are attending Upanishad classes may feel it's basic. The reason for that is because there are others who are very new to the Shastra. And this text is also for those who are new to the Shastra. So in that case, what you do is, this is what I used to do. If I were to teach this text to somebody, because now those who have studied should be asking that question. I'm inspired by Shankaracharya's slokas. I feel like teaching it. Like that, that feeling you should encourage and nourish that feeling. So, so the word ajnanam comes here. First word is ajnana yogat. Then again, towards the end, ajnana karyam. Shankara is using the word ajnanam 2 times in this sloka. So, that indicates there's something to do with this ignorance. Ignorance seems to be a big topic in Advaita Vedanta. And that is correct. There is a text called Vedanta Dindimaha. Vedanta Dindimaha means what? The drum beats of Vedanta. The drum beats. That kind of. So the drum beats of Vedanta. Like that, there is a text, I think Narsimha Bharati had written it. Tirtha, Narsimha Tirtha. I'm not sure now. And so beautiful set of slokas. So there, one of the slokas is like this. Dvauhi padarthau. There are only two things in the universe. Only two things. That's it. Only two things are there. Yes, only two things are there. Am I audible? Yeah, good. So two things are there. What are the two things? Atma and Atmanau. Two things. Only Atma and Anatma. These are the only two things that are there. Like that he says. Yeah, we now know that's true. In the sense when Vedanta comes, every field of knowledge has a way of analyzing what they're analyzing, right? They have a model and we follow that model because they want to say something. Zoology, botany means okay. There are non-living things and there are living things. Among the living things, you study all the animals. That's called zoology. Then what about botany? Yeah, botany also living things, but again, it's not animals, but it's plants. Like that, you keep on dividing stuff. So like that here also, Atma and Atma, Dvauhi Padartho. There are only two things. Dvauhi Padartho. Iti Vedanta Dindimaha. Every shloka ends like that. Iti Vedanta Dindimaha. These are the drum beats of Vedanta, like that. It's the essence of Vedanta, essentials of Vedanta. And so Anatma, Atma means I, Anatma means anything that is not I. Anything that is not I. The not I part is huge, huge. And starting from all the things around me and everything you can include in the not I. Very clear, very clear. Not I, not I, not I. House also is not I. All the trees and all the vehicles, people, all those people also not I only. Not I is the entire universe, almost the entire universe, minus Atma, minus I. And so this I, no doubt about I also, no doubt at all. Because everywhere from childhood we have said, what is your date of birth, what is your date of birth, what is your date of birth. And okay, you keep on filling all these forms. And then the date of birth, body is I, obviously, because this body was born. So many years ago it was born. Its date of birth is so and so. So it is very clear that I is this body. Body and I are inseparable. What do you mean inseparable? It is I. You don't understand. Don't separate anything. It is I. This is who I am. Very clear. Date of birth. And those days, what happened when the birth certificate? So some places they'll ask you for birth certificate. Then birth certificate means some people don't have a birth certificate because in the villages those days they didn't have. Then slowly villages also had some kind of a register, and then they used to write in some language. Then they'll say, "Go translate this and come," because it's in some native language in Tamil, Gujarati. And you run to the U.S. consulate. And then they can't understand all this. They'll say copy it, translate it. You go to our service, translate it. You get it signed by a gazetted officer. They have all this process. My God, British have set up the process just to make sure you go through the process and just struggle and struggle and struggle to get the services that you deserve. Anyway, date of birth is there, and therefore this body is I. Is there any doubt about this? Well, the Shastram says you should begin doubting it because you yourself are doubting it. What do you mean you yourself are doubting it? Hey, date of birth, I understand. That is a body. Your date of birth, you said. Okay, understood. Then when you say I'm short-sighted means what? Body is short-sighted? Then who is short-sighted? Who is that I in that statement? I am short-sighted. Oh, that is just the I. Just the I. Oh, you forget the entire body and then just the I you take. Then that is short-sighted. And when I say I'm hungry means what? Who is eye is also gone? Which part of the body? Oh, there is also one part of the body. So like this. Okay. I am sad means what? Which part? Eyes are sad. You just now said short-sighted. Is the eye sad also? No, eye is not sad. Nose is not sad. Mouth is not sad. Tooth is aching, but still tooth is not sad. I am only sad. Correct? Tooth, I have to go to the dentist. But tooth is not sad. Tooth doesn't cry. I only cry. Like this. So many parts are not sad. So who are you then? Who are you? So this universal idea that I am this body, mind, sense complex that is being questioned in Advaita Vedanta. No other Shastram questions. You go around Vishishta Advaita, Advaita, you go around, talk to all Shastrajnas. For them, this discussion is meaningless. Correct? Meaningless. Because God is going to protect me, you are a good devotee. Why do you have to worry about what is all this question about Satyam, Vidya, and all that? That's where we are getting into, and that's why that introduction is required. And that's why our Adi Shankaracharya has written this text to unfold all that. And so, what is the boundary between Atman and Atma? I said, Vauhi Padarthau Atman Atmanau. So, then what is the boundary between Atman and Atma? Is it the skin? Is it the skin that is the boundary that separates the Atman and Atma? Well, we just saw that skin is doesn't seem to be the separation. Yes, it seems to be a separation, but no, when I say I am sad, skin is not the separation. Something else inside is Atma. One part of the body is Atma. Then what about the body then? Should I give up? Is it not me? Well, yeah. So the question is, that is the $1,000,000 question. In which category will I put the body? Will I put it in the Atma category or the Anatma category? Okay, that is what is the question. And so that's a boundary. Swami says it's a boundary determination question. Boundary. Wherever boundaries are not set properly, there is always a problem. Like India, Pakistan, India, China, like that Swami is saying. Swami is giving us this example. So whenever border is there is some issue with border, then people will not live. The samsara is guaranteed. Way to guarantee samsara is to just do some arbitrary borders and then take it to United Nations. Taking it to United Nations is a guarantee that the problem will never be solved. Correct? And so borders, skirmishes, Swami uses all these examples, all these things, line of control. crossing, this, that, all problems will be there. Throughout life, this problem is there. That is the problem I am also facing. Constant problem. That is called samsara. And some time ago, I went to ChatGPT. I asked a question to ChatGPT: who drew the borders of the countries in Africa? I don't know the history of Africa or not. So, ChatGPT responds, great question. He's always saying this. So don't ignore that great question now. He's always saying great question. So I think it is programmed to do all this. Great question. And then says, now a bit of complex and messy history. Literally, this is what ChatGPT told. And then I was thinking, before I read all the others, I said, complex, messy. Was it messy all the time? History is never a mess. Why should history be a mess? Tell me. The people are people. They're all nice people all over the world, and they're all just leading a simple life. Some people are writing books. Some people are doing this. Some people are doing that. Life is just going just fine. And messy means what? Who created the mess? Who are you to tell me it's a mess? And then I read the next line. And then you see Europe has to enter to create mess. You need Europe, correct? Europe in those days, Europe, not today's Europe. Europe. So Europe starts with European colonization, and there was something called the what is it? The scramble for Africa. It's called scramble for Africa. Means they found Africa and its vast land. That's it. All European countries said it's mine, and everybody went in and carved the entire continent left and right. And then who drew the borders? Somewhere in Germany, sitting around a table. This is what ChatGPT told me. Sitting around a table, all these countries decided this is how it should be drawn. Because I used to wonder, how can you have a straight border like this? Is it possible? And ChatGPT tells me, you know what? This border drawing did not take into account the real regional aspirations of people, the differences in religions and cultures, and therefore the people who were inimical to each other were forced to live together, and so on and so forth. Therefore, even today, governance is difficult like that. That GPT told me. I don't know how much of this is right or wrong, but I think most of it is, can theme at least is correct.
Even
Yeah.
India,
Even India's borders
India
were
border
drawn
is
sitting
like
in
that.
England.
Okay. Satsang. Okay. So, Africa example, India I already mentioned. You don't have to tell me this. I just told you. I started the whole thing with India. So, same thing. India also correct. Same thing. Somebody went on a plane and then came and this, you bring this history. With Atma, body also, it is the same thing. Don't think India, Pakistan is the same problem. You and me also, same problem. Samsara problem is that problem. Border. What is border between Atma and Atma? Okay, that is it. And so, therefore, now I have to now ask the question, what is it? Tell me a little more. It should inspire me. Okay, now I understand. There is something. There is some confusion there. So, how can I look at it differently? Can I look at it differently? Yeah, suppose I say anything that you perceive is object, anatma. Suppose I define it like that, anatma. Then what? Okay, of course, all the entire world is anatma, no doubt. What about my body? Do you perceive the body or not? Yes, I perceive the body very much. I even see the body. Okay, good. Put it in the anatma category. What about your sense organs? Sense organs. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll give you a clue. Did you go to the eye doctor's office? Yes, I went to the eye doctor's office. Why do you go there? Because my eyesight, now it's all blurry and all that. Okay. Are the eyes telling they are blurry, or you, somebody inside you or behind the eyes are saying eyes are blurry? Oh, correct. That means what? That eyes and that eyesight also is an object of maybe not perception, but object of your own pratyaksha pravana. You, somebody behind the eyes has to say the eyes are short sighted. Okay, eyes can't say it. Eyes don't care about all these things. Therefore, sense organs must also be in the category of Anatma. Like that, we have to think through. What about mind? I am the mind. Popular argument. I am the mind. Because they don't know how to go beyond. There is no Shastram to help them. For us, we have the Shastra. So, hey, are you a witness of your thoughts or not? I know. How do you know you're sad? Because I was happy before. I was happy before. Only then you could say you're sad. Otherwise, you can't say. If nothing changes, you can't say sadness, happiness, and all. So there is a witness which is able to recognize sadness and happiness. That means Shastra is saying even the mental faculty put it in the category of anatma. Okay, that's a big thing. That's a very big thing. And so otherwise, what will happen? Otherwise, what will happen? Think about it. If I am the mind, then frustration is me, anxiety is me. Anxiety can come anytime to anybody. Okay, anytime to anybody it can come. That means I am booked for life. I am booked for life. Only when I say, I'm playing the role of a father, mother. I am playing the role of a mother, a brother, sister. Playing the role of a son or daughter. When you say that, and that is true because it is a role. Only then I can change the role because I am constantly playing different roles. I'm able to play different roles because I am not the role. I am not the role. Otherwise, how can I play different roles? Not possible at all. I am different from the role. If I don't appreciate it, then the role and myself are rolled into one. I hope you got the pun. They're all rolled into some joke periodically I have to tell, because some of you are yawning and all that. So they're all rolled into one. And then that's confusion. That's called samsara. Another definition I'm giving you for samsara. What is samsara definition? When the role and the self are rolled into one, then this guy, the self, the jiva, is booked for life. Punarapi janana, punarapi manana. Okay? So that boundary issue has to be sorted out. And that sorting out the boundary issue is what the teacher is going to be talking about in this text. And so he's saying, Ajnana yogat. Because of this ajnana, what ajnanam it is? This lack of understanding what is Atma and therefore what is Anatma. Again, because of that ajnana yoga, because of that ajnanam that is there with me, it seems, for a long time, for ages, it's been with me. Ajnana yoga. For whom is this? Tava, your, tava paramatmanaha. My God, he's saying, for you, who is Paramatma, really speaking? Yeah, right there. The Mahavakyam is right here. Tava Paramatmana. He doesn't say Tava Jivatmana. If I take myself to be the body, then I am Jivatma. If I take myself to be Paramatma, only then there is a solution to this problem, and that solution is indicated. Tava Paramatmana. For you, that is Paramatma. Because of Ajnana Yoga, what happened? Ajnana Yoga, he Anatma Bantaha. Indeed, because of this ignorance, this Mula Vidya, we use those words. Mula Vidya means what? That avidya which has been there forever, Anadi Kalat, Chira Kalat, it is there. Because of that, that Anatma Bantaha has come about. The bondage of Anatma has come about. What do you mean by bondage? Can you explain? Yeah, another way of explaining bondage is what? Desha Kala Vastu Parichinnam. Is what? Once I say I am the body, then I have now limited myself. It's a limited entity. It's an object, one of the many objects in this universe. Correct? Correct? And so, Desha Parichinna. Desha Parichinna means limited by space, finite. Already we use the word finite, means Desha Parichinna. Then Kala Parichidam, limited by time also. Why? Because we just said date of birth. Date of birth is what? I was born on that day. At that time I was born. Before that I did not exist. Then there will be a date of death also. That means what? I am limited by time. I am going to be limited. Time is vast. Time has been ticking for ages, Anadi Kalat. And in a small speck I come. And then I will disappear also. And nobody's going to remember me and all that. We think people are going to remember us. And where is the time for people to remember us? They're all worried about their own lives. Do you think they are going to remember everybody else? Not possible, my dear friends. And so, let's be practical. This is not, Guruji, I've come to your class, I've become very sad. Hey, you are not supposed to become very sad when you come to this class. We are supposed to understand life as it is. It is neither going to make you sad nor happy. You become empowered. It should empower you. That's the whole idea here. And so, time wise, Kala Parichinnam, that is called Desha Kala Vastu. Vastu Parichinnam also, many of you know. But for the new students, Vastu means what? Just by saying, just by saying, this is a pair of scissors. Just by saying like this, that's it. You are limiting the scissors. However big or small, doesn't matter. It is a scissor only. It is not a pen. It is not a pencil. It is not table. It is not laptop. It is not light. It is not fan. It is not house. It is not tree. It is not a road. It is not car. It is not your car, my car, etc. etc. It's not planet Earth. It is not solar system. It is not so many things. Scissor means it is among the billions and trillions of things in the universe. It is none of those minus one. That is called Vastu Parichinnam. You have limited it. Just by saying scissors, you have an idea what a scissor is. That idea is a limiting idea. That is Vastu Parichinnam. An object is limited just by being by virtue of what it is. That is called Vastu Parichinnam. And therefore apply it to the body. Same Desha Parichinnam, Kala Parichinnam, Vastu Parichinnam. Therefore, I am a mortal. I am a mortal comes easy to everybody. I am a mortal. And so, that is called Anatma Bantaha Tatayeva Samsritihi. Tatayeva Samsritihi. See, Bantaha is there, bondage is there. So bondage is what is Shankara saying? Bondage is due to ignorance. I am really Paramatma, but really I don't know that I am Paramatma. Therefore I am bound. Shankara is saying that bondage is real or unreal. Real means what? Due to ignorance, it is bondage only. It is suffering only. Simply saying, oh, suffering is your own imagination. What are you talking about? Suffering is your own imagination. I am suffering right now, and you can't simply say it's your own imagination. Okay, that imagined suffering also is suffering. Then in that case, you are telling me you are imagining. I am imagining my suffering. Okay, that's let it be, but it's a problem for me. It's a problem. The person who looks at a rope and says there is a snake and is scared. That scare is a real scare for the person, even though the snake is not real. The scare is real. The anxiety is real. Blood pressure is going high. That also is real only. What is the use? Even though there is no snake at all there, still the scare is real. And so that is called anatma bantaha. That notion that is so powerful. It's a powerful notion it is. That means even though it is ignorance, it is going to require ato vichara kartavyaha. Shankara said earlier. Therefore, the vichara has to be done. Eva samsriti. Samsriti means samsara. Same thing. Samsriti, samsara. Same word, same meaning. Just different pratyas in Sanskrit produce that kind of a word. Samsriti, he. And then Tayor Vivekodita Bodha Vannihi. The solution will be determined by the problem only. Depending on what the problem is, only then the solution can be recommended. Then the problem solution can be recommended. That's why doctor will assess what is the problem. First, really a good doctor will really ask a lot of questions. Simply come, I think it is this, here is a medicine you take. Is there many doctors do that? That's a palliative treatment. And you have to treat the patient, not the disease. And like that they say, treat the patient, not the disease. And so you have to understand what the problem is. In Vedanta, understanding the problem is, I will say, 80% of the problem solved. Understanding the problem is important. So we saw many examples before itself. I don't have to repeat it. It is like that Dashama, 10th man story. We all know that. I told you before. So the 10th man is anxious. He's just, he doesn't know. He's lost. He's as though he has lost his life. However, I've killed a person. He has guilt. He has all kinds of problems. 10th man story is good. He's having all kinds of problems that all of us have in life. This 10th man, a person studying in the Patashala, they don't have problems at all, really speaking. You look at the children, if you interact with the children from Patashalas, they are just happy-go-lucky, really. And they are healthy, they are shining, their faces show just brilliant they are. And they're just alive. They're just alive to realities, alive to life. and uh, and so this Dashama, that example is good to explain that, hey, if I make a mistake, sometimes a mistake made not knowing what already is there is enough to cause problems. 10th person is really there, but the person thought the person drowned. That's it. That thought is enough. That thought is enough. How many times in our own life we just panic? Panic. Something has happened. I lost my key bunch. Panic. That's it, over. Panic starts. Before even any thinking starts, panic first starts. Panic. Then somebody has to tell you, wait a minute, relax. When did you come? Where did you go yesterday? Etc. All these questions people have to ask, as though we don't know how to ask all these questions, right? Then people have to calm us down. Only then the process starts. Yeah, this is what Vedanta says. This is what it is. When it comes to samsara, I have really not thought through it. I have not had the benefit of people who can help me think through it. And so, Tayor Vivekodita Bodha Vandihi. What a Tayoho Vivekaha. Vivekaha means clarity between Atma and Anatma. That boundary between Atma and Anatma, Vivekaha, must be there. Tayoho means Atma Anatmanoho. Tayoho means of those two. Of those two. He's assuming we know that he's already used two things. He is used Anatma and he is used Paramatma. So it is really Paramatma Anatmanoho. Those two means which two? We have to pick up some two words from here. Paramatma he mentioned and Anatma he mentioned. He Anatma Bantaha. Okay, that's a way to split those words. So Tayoho. Paramatma Anatmanoho. Not even Atma Anatmanoho. Paramatma Anatmanoho Vivekaha. Okay. Udita Bodha Vannihi. Vannihi Agnihi. So a fire. What kind of fire? It's a fire of knowledge. Bodha Vannihi. Fire of knowledge that comes, Udita, that is produced. The fire of knowledge that is produced from this Viveka between Atma and Anatma. Okay? That's what he's talking about. That is the solution. Dear Shishya, Guru Ruvacha, hey Shishya, Ma Bhaishta, he had said. And so that is what we are expecting here. And so or Chandrasekhar Bharati Swamiji says, Shakshatkara Rupa Agnihi. Sakshatkara Rupa Agnihi. Sakshatkaram. When that clarity is there, then is what is called Sakshatkara. I really know who I am finally. And when I know who I am, I will know who Paramatma is also. And when I know who Paramatma is, I know the entire Jagat also. Okay. And what Prahalada knew, I will know. Okay. And so that Bodha Vannihi, then what does it do? It will Ajnana Karyam Pradahet Samulam. Look, in one shloka, Shankaracharya is packing the whole Vedanta, right? Whole Vedanta. So, Pradahet, Dahanam Kuryat. It will burn. Prakarshena Dahati. It will just burn off. It will burn off. Burn off what? Ajnana Karyam. Ajnana Karyam. In Sanskrit, the word Karyam is technical. Okay? Don't translate it as work and all that stuff. It is not work. Karyam means product. Product, that's it. Karya means product. Cause effect, they say cause effect. Effect. Karya means effect. Product. So, product of what? Ajnanam. Ajnanam can do wonders. And that one of the wonders it does is called samsara. It produces Kyanatma bandhaha tatayeva samsritihi. That samsritihi is ajnana karyam. Ajnana karyam samsaraha. Pradahet. It just basmi karoti. It just burns. Okay? It burns. And Swamiji makes a very important, very nice statement. He says, Swami Dayananda, he says, the human intellect is good enough to commit a mistake about Atma, but not good enough to correct that mistake. We make mistakes, we make correct, we make all this course correction, this, that, we are good at that. Human beings. I mean, a mature person will allow himself or herself to say, yeah, I'm sure I could have made a mistake. Correct. But here in this case, I make a mistake, but I can't correct it. It's a trap. It's a pakka trap it is. And so here, that ajnana, once I recognize that the samsara that I am experiencing is ajnana karyam. It is a result of ajnanam. It is not a result of God trapping me and God just penalizing me. I must have done from papa karma, and so therefore I am suffering in this life. That is also true only. That is also true. But this is going to be true. It's been true for a long time, and in future also it's going to be true. What is the guarantee that next Janma not going to do any Papa Karma? Given another chance, anything can happen. And that means this will constantly continue. And so, therefore, you have to go beyond that. I have done some karma, and therefore God is punishing me. This idea you have to grow out of. Out of means it is right to certain extent. It is correct. Vyavaharika level, it is correct. But what is the paramarthikam reality of all that? I must ask. And so, therefore, he says here, Ajnana Karyam Pradahet. It got burnt. Then somebody will ask a question. Hey, all these forest fires I have seen, yeah, things just get charred without any recognition. Nothing can be recognized. It's all charred completely beyond recognition. Okay. Then, then after some time, few more showers, rain showers, and now you start seeing sprouts. You start seeing green. It's a joy to see all that growth starts coming. Can be like that also. Samsara, you're giving me a guarantee. What is a guarantee now? Tell me. Suppose somebody asks. Suppose after some time, some sprout like that starts coming. Samsara starts growing. It's not possible. That's why Shankara is saying Samulam. Samulam. Mulena Saha. Hey, when the moolam, the root, the seed is burnt and charred, no seed can germinate. The seed itself is gone. What is the seed for samsara? Ajnanam. Samulam means ajnanena saha. When the cause of the problem is removed, the symptoms, the effects that were there when that cause was there will also get removed. And this, it will never come back again. What he's saying by saying samulam pradahed. Dahed. Some of our students will raise their hand when we say dahanam, dahed. Why? Why?
ज्ञानाग्नि
Because
दग्धकर्माणि
Okay, jnanaagni dagda karmani ahuhu panditaha ambudaha. Okay, good. Krishna said that. Jnanaagni dagda karma. All karmas are burnt. Basmi bhavati or basmi bhavanti. How jnanaagni? Same. Tayor viveko bodha pannihi. And then dahanam. We saw recently the word dahanam also. Recently. Dahati. Dahati. Let me remind you. It's been a while. It's been 2 days since the Kaivalya Upanishad class. So I have to remind you. Atmanam aranim kritva pranamam chottarahanim jnana nirmathanabhyasat pasham dahati panditah. Dahati. Pasham dahati panditah. Samsaram dahati panditah. Here also. Tataha. Ajnana karyam pasham pradahet. Pradahet. That person who has the problem and recognize the problem and is beginning to analyze. Vicharam na sahati. Ajnanam cannot handle inquiry, it seems. The minute you ask for Ajnanam, Ajnanam is looking for a hiding place. The minute you ask about where is Ahankara, where is my Ahankara, ask who am I? And then you look into yourself and ask where is Ahankara. Vicharam na sahate. It can't handle inquiry. Ahankara will disappear, run away. Like the thief. Once he figures out that the alert is out there, red alert is given for him, that person is going to just run away. And so, pradahet, prakarshena dahati iti, pradahet. Completely. Prakarshena means completely. With no trace. No trace. That's why camphor is very important in our culture. Camphor. Camphor is supposed to burn living nothing. You can't see smoke. If you see black smoke, it's contaminated. So no smoke you can't see. And after it is burnt, there is no residue also. Residue not there. That is what is prakarshena dahet. Pradahet. Samulam. And so therefore, the shloka tells us that moksha is possible only by jnana. How can you be so sure? Well, I told you earlier, a solution is always depending on the problem. If the problem is caused by ignorance, there is only one solution to it, is to remove the ignorance. Removing the ignorance means jnana. So jnanena eva moksha. Then what about all the other things that people are doing? Like pranayama and yoga and nadi shuddhi and this and that, so many things they are involved in. Yes, everything is useful. Everything is useful. Use it. Use it. But don't tell me that particular breathing I did gave me moksha. Not possible. Not possible. How can breathing give me moksha? Breathing cannot remove ajnanam. It will only mean I am even more, because the blood circulation is good now. Now I am now freshly ignorant. Previously I was without proper blood circulation, I was ignorant. Now with good blood circulation, I'm ignorant. Means what? My appearance is just all over the body now. So that's all can be the difference. And so use all of that, whatever is there, use it, but understand the problem so that the solution also can be found easily. That's why we say this is neither easy nor difficult. It is what it is. All right, let me translate this shloka. So the reason we spent so much time on this is because this shloka is Vedanta, is a summary of Vedanta. And so we want to spend some time. The rest of the text is really an expansion of what this shloka is talking about. So it's worth memorizing also. Ajnana yoga paramatmanastava hyanatma bandhastata eva samsritihi tayorvivekoditabodhavannihi ajnanakaryam pradahit samulam. Just write it down. Write it down and keep repeating it 10 times every day. You'll get it. So let's translate this shloka. There is indeed the bondage with anatma, for you, comma, the limitless self. The limitless self. I did not explain the word Paramatma. I just mentioned it. Paramaha Atmacha. It is Atma and it is Paramaha. It is limitless. It is limitless. What a word it is. Atma and Paramatma, they are identical. That identity comes from that. Limitless self. That's what here the translation also Pujya Swamiji is saying. Bondage with anatma for you, comma, the limitless self, comma, due to association with ignorance. Full stop. Due to association with ignorance. From that alone, okay, I did not explain the word tataha. Tataha eva samsriti. That tataha. From that alone. From what alone? From that anatma bantaha. From that bondage with anatma, samsara results. That's what we are saying here. From that alone, this flow of birth and death results. From that alone, this flow of birth and death results. The fire of knowledge, born of the discernment, 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 or you can say within brackets clarity also you can say. See, generally they use the word discrimination for viveka. We are not using that word. Okay, so born of the discernment or within brackets clarity between atma and anatma. Okay, born of the discernment between the atma and anatma would burn away the effects of ignorance, the effects of ignorance along with the root cause. along with the root cause. Would burn away the effects of ignorance along with the root cause. Right, let me read that. There is indeed the bondage with anatma for you, the limitless self, due to association with ignorance. From that alone, this flow of birth and death results. The fire of knowledge, born of the discernment between the Atma and Anatma, would burn away the effects of ignorance along with the root cause. Next slide. को नाम बन्धः
को नाम बन्धः
कथमेष आगतः
कथमेष आगतः
कथं प्रतिष्ठास्य
कथं प्रतिष्ठास्य
कथं विमोक्षः
कथं विमोक्षः
कोऽसावनात्मा
को सावनात्मा
परमः क आत्मा
परमः क आत्मा
तयोर्विवेकः कथम्
तयोर्विवेकः कथम्
एतदुच्यताम्.
एतदुच्यताम्.
Once again, को नाम बन्धः कथमेष आगतः
को नाम बन्धः कथमेष आगतः
कथं प्रतिष्ठास्य कथं विमोक्षः
कथं प्रतिष्ठास्य कथं विमोक्षः
कोऽसावनात्मा परमः क आत्मा
को सावनात्मा परमः क आत्मा
तयोर्विवेकः कथमेतदुच्यताम्.
तयोर्विवेकः कथमेतदुच्यताम्.
So I've quoted this shloka several times. Some of you may recall. Some of you, of course, many of you will know it. So now, having heard the teacher's assurance and the diagnosis of the problem and its solution, the student is again talking. So you can say here, your printout says Shishya Vacha, like that it says. So you can say that. It is asked, it is a statement made by the student. Shishya Vacha. So the student is asking 7 questions. So if at all you have a doubt, so you go to an ashram and and I don't know what to ask Swami. Like that if you say, well, these are the general questions we have. 7 questions are there. And the student is basing these questions on what the teacher said earlier. Okay? These are not new words. There are no new words in this question used by the student. Okay, like Arjuna, new words introduced. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha. That is a new word Arjuna introduced, but here it's not like that. Okay, so he's saying ko nama bantaha. Kaha, ko means kaha. Kaha nama bantaha. What is called bantha? Nama here is not name. It means indeed. It has many meanings. Indeed, called. What do you mean by bantha? That. What do you mean by that? Is the nama here? How can I understand bantha? Okay, yes. What exactly is called as bantha? The meaning of this word nama. Okay, and because he used the word, go back to the previous shloka. Keep the previous shloka in front of you. Hyanatma bantaha. That word bantaha was used before by the teacher. And so ko nama bantaha. Kathamesha agataha. Guru said that Ajnana Yogat Hyanatma Bandha. Atma Bandha came from Ajnana, my association with Ajnana. But he's asking the same question again. Kathamesha Agataha. How did it come about? But Guru just told you how it came about. Yeah, I want to know that. Means what? Listening to it once is not enough. It is a brief statement. E is equal to mc square. All of us know E is equal to mc square. But do we really know E is equal to mc square? Please give a talk. Satsang is going to start in 10 minutes. Please talk about easy potencies. All of you know. So please book the next 3 hours. Each of you is going to talk for 15 minutes. No, it won't work. Why it won't work? Just because I heard it and it's a popular statement somehow, it doesn't mean I know it. I don't know it. I also heard it. My parents have told me, Jiveshwara Aikyam and all they've told me. And so I need to know. That's why he's asking the question. Katamesha agataha. How, tell me more about this ajnanam. That is anadikalam. Okay. So, katam pratishtasya. See, a person, at home, a man had a problem. A man had a problem. What is the problem? He refused to go outside the house. He's afraid of dogs. You ask him, why is he afraid of dogs? No, I'm a cat. That's it. I'm a cat and these dogs will bite me, will run, chase me. That is his problem, psychological problem. And he just shut the door. That's it. I'm not going out. And because dogs in India, especially street dogs, are many. Always you'll find a dog. And so then the wife said, this is very strange. How did this happen and all? I don't know. But then I first take you to the doctor. So went to the psychologist. And the psychologist heard the problem. What's your problem? I'm a cat. I won't go out. Like that he said. Then, okay, then the psychologist was thinking. The doctor was thinking. And said, okay, who am I? Who am I? Am I a dog? No, you're a man. Sure? Yeah, I'm a man. You're a man. Okay, correct. I'm a man. Okay. And who are you? I'm a cat. I'm a cat. Really? Are you a cat? Yeah, I'm a cat. Come. Big tall mirror was there. Fortunately, this doctor had a tall mirror. Doctors, there's no need for a tall mirror in a doctor's office, but here it was there. Yeah, this psychologist's office, we need all kinds of stuff. And so you stand in front, and then now look, who is that? That's me. Is that a cat? No, that's not a cat. So who are you? I'm a man. See? Why did you say you're a cat? I don't know. I'm a man. I'm a man. Good, problem solved. So you're sure you're a man, right? Yes, I'm a man. So, whatever. They went now. And then 5 minutes later, he comes back. He comes inside, he knocks on the door. He said, no, I can't go. I can't go. What happened? What happened? The dogs are there. So what? Let the dogs be there. What's your problem? But the dog does not know I'm not a cat. That's his problem. Okay? I hope joke is over, okay? So you don't wait for something new to come. Joke is over. Dog does not know that I'm a cat. I know I'm not a cat, but the dog does not know. The dog is still thinking I'm a cat. So that's another problem. एक problem है उसके ऊपर another problem. So some of these problems are not solvable.
You was a beautiful.
Not solvable. So katamesha agataha. The wife will wonder, ask the doctor, what happened? Katamesha agataha. What happened to my husband? Until yesterday, until last week, he was good. You have to know how it happened. It won't solve. You can't rest content until you know what happened. Sometimes that what happened, why it happened is a wasteful question. And it happened, sometimes you just leave it aside and move on. But here, it's not like that. Katamesha agataha. I need to know. Because if ajnanam is the problem, I need to understand a little more. That understanding is part of the whole process. Katamesha agataha. Dehoham, I am the body. Now if I say I am the body, previous janma also I said I am the body. Before that also I said I took myself to be the body. Before that also I took myself to be the body. So it is anadikalat pravrittaha. Okay, this ajnanam is like that. Katham pratishtasya. Hey, How it got stuck to me? Pratishta asya katam. So many janmas it is coming along with me. How? Katam. Asya. Asya means what? Of this. Asya bandhasya. Asya bandhasya katam pratishta. How is it just sticking to me like this? Forever. And in the future also it's going to stick. That's what everybody is saying. And so Swamiji says, Chandrasekhar Bharati Swamiji says, Bandhasya chirakalam stitihi katham. Chirakalam stitihi. This thing, the status of this sticking with me for a long time. How? Katham vimokshaha. Katham vimokshaha. How can I get out of this? How can I get out of this? Vimokshaha. Kena hetuna yavat. What? Tell me the reason. Tell how I can get rid of this ajnana bantaha. And then ko sav anatma. By the way, these words are there in the previous shloka, right? Anatma is there in the previous shloka. Anatma bantaha. So tell me, asau kaha asau anatma. That is the way to split it. Kaha asau anatma. Asau means this. What is this anatma? Asau tapan napam ayatanam ayatanam bhavati. Anyway, so asau, this, what is this anatma? Explain to me. See, that is the way to ask the questions. From this we learn one thing. There are so many words we have heard, but we think we know what they are. But really speaking, we don't know what they are. We just heard it. That's it. We heard it, we keep on repeating it. But really we don't know. The student being an adhikari, uttamadhikari, is asking those questions. I want to know what anatma is. Paramahka atma. You said paramatmanaha. Okay. Paramaha kaha atma. That atma which is paramaha. Tell me what is all these words. Tell me what you mean by parama atma. Paramahka atma. Paramaha kaha atma. That is the question. Katham etad uchyatam. All this, you please tell me. Uchyatam. May it be told. May you tell me all these things. Okay. Means what? Swamiji says, Chandrasekhar Bharati Swamiji says, Dayaya vistarena uchyatam. Dayaya, with compassion. Don't just shoo me away. And vistarena. Vistarena. Elaborately you tell me. These are all words I've heard, but I don't know what they mean. I don't know what they mean. Narada. What did Narada ask Sanat Kumara? I know everything. I know everything there is to know. Every science I know. Chaturvedi I am. Chaturvedi. Do you know? I am a Chaturvedi. But I am sad. What is the use of all the Veda? Tell me. I know all the sciences, Bhuta Vidya, Nakshatra Vidya, Kshatra Vidya, etc. I know so many Vidyas I know. But I am sad. Bhagavo Shochami, he says. Mantravidev asmi, natu atmavit. I am a mantravit. I know all the mantras, but I don't know Atma. Like that, Narada is telling Sanat Kumar. So therefore, that is called honesty. Honestly accepting what I don't know, what I know, and then surrender. This is called surrender. Because we don't like to admit that we don't know something. We don't like to admit. Somehow say, yeah, that is that. Like that, we act as though we know something. But really, we don't know. I don't have to open my mouth at all because I don't know anything about it. It takes courage to say, I don't know. Here he says, he just surrender. He says, I don't know any of these things. You use so many words. Tayor vivekaha katham etad uchyatam. And so, basically, the student is asking for the entire Vedanta Shastram by this question. Correct? The text is only now going to begin. This is just warm up. All this dialogue is warm up. Started out with some shlokas. Durlabam trayame vaitat devanugraha hetukam manushyatvam mumukshutvam mahapurusha samsrayaha. Like that Shankara started. What a shloka it is. And then to say, hey, this human birth is great, like that he started. But it's still warm up stage only. Now only the whole teaching is going to start. Details are there. But the overview is important for us. For us, the overview is important. What am I getting into? I need to know. What am I getting into? What is this Vedanta all about? What is this moksha all about? What is the cause of moksha? To some extent, I know ajnanam is the cause of moksha. Lack of knowing who I really am is the cause for this bandha. And therefore, I must remove that ajnanam. There is only one way of removing ajnanam. People say this is all intellectual stuff. This is all intellectual stuff, correct? Intellectual. Okay, where does knowledge take place? It takes place in the nose. There is nasal knowledge, then dental knowledge also is there, and then this or whatever knowledge is there, gastrointestinal knowledge, and then intellectual knowledge. So many types of knowledge are there, and therefore intellectual knowledge is one type of knowledge. There is only one knowledge. Knowledge takes place in only one part of the body, and that is the intellect, and therefore, by definition, knowledge is intellectual knowledge. There is no need for us to say intellectual knowledge. This is all intellectual. If somebody says, it means what? It means the person really has not understood. He has to ask these questions. Ko nama bandhaha, katamesha agataha, katam pratisthasya, katam vimokshaha, kaha asau anatma, paramah ka atma, tayor viveko, katametaduchyatam. Like that, he has to ask. Without asking, he says it is all intellectual. This problem is not understood. Problem is intellectual. Therefore, solution also has to be intellectual. Okay. But the plants I grew, I put some seeds and they are not sprouting. That means what? Now I have to do something. Karma is required. I have to find out what is wrong. I have to do something. Maybe I have to put some fertilizer. I have not been watering plants because I've been attending a lot of Vedanta classes. I don't have time for this. Like that, you have to think through and then you have to water the plant. Some karma has to be done. Okay, then that karma is needed there. But यहाँ पर क्या karma? No role for karma. Because karma is a product of ajnanam. You can't use a product of something to remove that something. Correct? So that's the idea here. And so we will see the next sloka is Yat Bodhavyam. For 73, it is 2673. So we're going to skip many slokas, 20 plus slokas. So as I said in the WhatsApp message, we will briefly go through each of those 21 slokas in the next class. आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
धन्यवादः।